So, good morning. It's about 10 minutes to 8. I'm on my way I'm going to go to the post office and send off a package to Amazon, and then I'm going to go to the Rabroid to paint. It seems like I feel like I'm going to cry. It seems like I'm in a constant run after my own self. Yesterday I took a day to be at home to work on my home projects. You know, like getting an Amazon package ready, which I did. And I wanted to work on the workshop, which I didn't manage to touch. I did go over to, I don't even know, what am I going to call him? Like, twin doesn't sound right because it feels like I get what it means, but I feel like it's not that. It's more than that. It's a connection. I don't even know what to call it. But I went over to visit him for just a little while. We went to the supermarket, which was really good because, you know, I feel like for some reason, every time I see him, I get exactly what I need at the point. So I needed to go to the supermarket. It's funny like that. And I wouldn't have gone without him. And my house is empty of any kind of fruit or vegetables, pretty much. And so I had good food. I have so many things that I'm working on that I want to do. Like, I want to write my book, finish writing my books. I have a few books on the way. I'd like to do children's books. I've wanted to do children's books ever since I can ever remember. It's always been a dream of mine to write children's books and draw them. It's like I can't get myself all the way centered because I always have this pressure of making a living. And because I constantly have that pressure, I can never settle my mind all the way into like my art. Because every time I sit down and my mind, I start going into it, I feel like I'm not, like my brain starts getting rattled, and it kind of feels like that's a little bit of the post-trauma. I think that we all have a little bit of that in today's society because we have this illusion of being separated and having to do everything as a single individual. You know, 2,000 years ago, you live in a community. It's not all up to you. Now, it's like each person fends for themselves. This is just so pretty. I'm turning it around so you can see. Look at that. That's my morning drive. That is just so beautiful. Look at that. It's the Sea of Galilee. Over there on the mountain is Tiberias. Down there in the valley is Gennesaret. I've been working on this workshop. We've been in this course for 5 weeks. We had 4 meetings, but 5 weeks in the course, and I still don't have something down. And I got homework for this week, which I was really excited about, and I was going to do it and everything, and it just seems like and I know that there's the place in me that keeps on saying, don't beat that drum, just do what needs to be done, just be in the now. And follow your, just get into and allow God to provide. Like, allow God to come in between and to provide. So I'm learning how to allow God to provide. And to pray to God. I also feel like there's so many things that come to me that is like my responsibility that come through me, that want to get expression through me from the higher realms, and that I need to stand up into that and allow them to flow through me. But I'm so busy in being a human and being all the 3D mode that I don't allow it to channel through me, because I can't bring myself into that quiet place of allowance, because I'm always like this. Okay, wait a minute, I can't sit down for a minute and do this. I have to be packaging, I have to be folding, I have to be doing something, I have to be painting, I have to make a living, I have to make a living. I always have that drum beating in my head, like every time I sit down to do something that's creative or something, and I know that creative comes through creation. It's the expression that this body was meant to bring into this world, and I have so much that is meaning to come through. And sometimes I think like, okay, just cut off, because even that thought weighs on me, because I have books and books. Look, in my bag alone, I have 5 notebooks all going at once. 5 notebooks with writings, and then writing. And I think to myself, even just the thought of sitting down and having to go through the notebooks and write out, put out what's in the notebooks. Forget about the 5. I have bins of notebooks. Just that thought is overwhelming. And then I have these thoughts that, wait a minute, you can just start from where you're at now. Anything that comes from here, start putting out. Because it's a constant flow. It's like, even if I start putting out things from the past that I still have what's flowing through me now. So it's like I'll never catch up if I start having to, I don't know, but at the same time, there's a lot of concepts there and a lot of things that I know that came through me in the past that need to get some kind of expression. If I could just, if I knew that I just had that I was safe, that I was in a place that I was safe and supported. It's like I never have quiet of mind. I do when I'm when I do sometimes. But I would like to be in that quiet place all the time. You see, when I get up in the morning and I have to run, now I'm on my way to the post office, and I have a time that I have to be there, and I have to find parking, I have to send my boxes, and I have to make sure that my credit card will go through. I have all of these things. And then I have to run and make it to work, and I want to try to make it there by 9 so I can start. Yeah, it's like noise in my brain. And at the end of the day, I'm still not making enough to be able to make it. So how does that work? How does that work? Humanity is so out of whack. I mean, I see it in myself. I'm driving through ancient Migdal. Okay, I'm going to stop this here. So, just some morning thoughts. So, good morning. Why am I crying first thing in the morning? The fields are beautiful. Look. Look at this. All flowers. And on the other side is the Sea of Galilee. I'm driving. I mean, all I have to do is look out the window and see how blessed I am. Okay, well, good morning.